peeing on my chest and went up to my mouth. And it tasted like strong oolong tea.
That's not terrible though. Oolong is, I like it.
My wife's pee is pretty good. I finally wrote an important song.
Finally?
I think I've written a lot of good songs.
Yeah,
but I finally wrote an important song where people are going to hear it and relate to it. And it's a radio-friendly protest song.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that's why I feel comfortable about pushing it. It's about big pharma. And,
Right.
And half the people in my family, more than half, most people I know have been fucked over by doctors and big pharma.
But I mean, you were never one to, you've always said what you thought.
Right, and I've always been a proponent of drugs.
Right.
but my friends are dying from prescriptions.
Right.
Not from
recreational.
Yeah.
Recreational is for fun to use. The other ones are
4%.
Not intended.
4% of the U.S. is 4% of the world population, and we do 75% of the population.
That is a really crazy stat. Well, actually, we can even just.
We already started this interview.
Yeah, I know. You can talk about whatever you want. To be honest, because
I am.
That exactly.
I've been wearing these leather shorts for 3 months because you just wipe off. They don't.
Oh, that's true.
You know? I'm like fucking mad. I'm like skater Mad Max.
That's true though. I don't have a pair of that material. But I think I should.
I'm a fetishist, so I wear leather and latex.
Right. Well, of course.
And I got a pair of leather pants, cut them off, and I can't stop wearing them.
Do you have another pair?
No.
Or this is it?
This is it. But I just put it next to the bed, and they just pretty much are stiff. They stand up. You know.
Yeah.
Then there's this thing too. See my belt? See that thing there? You know what that's for?
No.
It's for a lock.
You can lock.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you buy belts at the gay leather store, all the belts have one of these. So when you put it on, you put a lock through there. So
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So my wife / Dom sometimes. When she started, she put a lock on it. She goes, "You're wearing these for a week." So and then I just didn't take them off.
Wow. So there's a thing there, right? You were trying to.
They were not letting me buy it. There's a cabinet over there.
Yeah. Well,
it looks like a refrigerator kind of.
Yes.
And I measured and I fit in it, and there's air holes in the back.
Oh, it's for you to go. You to go in also?
Not also, just like, you pad it with leather.
Right.
Not only that, but you close the door and there's no handle on the inside. Mm-hmm. But there's also a place for a lock.
You're already seeing it, like, fixed up.
Oh yeah. I mean, when me and my wife, when we go into a hotel room, mm-hmm. the hotel room, we're like, where can I get tied up? Where can I be hanging from? What can I squeeze into? And then you get the hangers, the clips for the pants.
Right.
The nipple clips. And you find there's a bag, a dry cleaning bag. That's for breath clay. Hotel rooms have everything.
Actually, I was talking to a bunch of guys back in New York. They do like these fetish parties, but it's
fetish tribe. You know fetish tribe?
Yeah, but it's so funny because they look like regular dudes, but one of the things they like to do when they go to these events is like dress like a woman. But they all have their names. But I just met them like when they like dressed normally. But we were planning some, they were planning some parties, so I was just getting some information from them.
You've never dressed like a girl before?
No. Actually, well, no, that's not true. I have. I was younger though.
Well, it's part of our book, the NOFX book.
Yeah.
The last chapter I added was a cross-dressing chapter. Because it's always, ever since I saw Rocky Horror Picture Show since I was 9, it's always been something that I've fooled around with.
Right.
And I've always been so embarrassed.
Really?
To talk about it. Yeah.
No.
I don't mind talking about, getting tied up and whipped.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of macho.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, of course, but
but dressing up like a girl and getting pegged by your girlfriend.
Green
It's
has that
feminizing.
song King for a Day. I don't know if you know that song, but he basically that's what he's doing.
What?
That's a Green Day song, King for a Day. So this kid going into his mom's stuff, trying to make up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really try my mom's stuff.
Or is it just the wearing or makeup wise, like all around?
Well, I just used to wear latex stockings and a corset and stuff.
Right.
But in the book, it says to my ex-wife, we got in a fight once.
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing a maid's outfit. And she said, "You look stupid in girls' clothes." And I said, "Okay, you just hurt me a lot. And don't worry, because I'll never be wearing them around you again."
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Right.
It's like something that I used to like to do occasionally.
Yeah.
Now, if I ever do it, I'm going to think you think I look stupid.
Yeah.
It was really heartbreaking. Then I got with my wife now, and she loves feminizing men. So she actually got me into it more.
Yeah.
And she made me look good. Anyway, it's just something fun. Nowadays, everyone is really like Laura Jane and Caitlyn Jenner, right?
Right.
It's all about transgender.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to not bring back, but no, there's some guys who just like to dress up for fun.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I learned too, talking to them, because they're not, they're not nothing to do with gay or anything like that. They do that for fun. It's fun for them.
Not Laura and Caitlyn. They want to be women.
Oh, right, exactly. No, these fetish guys.
Right.
But when they go to these events, that's their time to just, and then it's so funny because they're like, oh yeah, we gotta shave our legs and go crazy.
See, I was like, my lady did that to me.
Oh, but she does it like the makeup and all that. But that's good to get some professional help in a way.
But I mean, that's not ridiculous. I don't look ridiculous.
No. But like there's tons of those Japanese bands that kind of not to that extent, but I actually saw
all the LA hair bands
last night. Right.
Poison,
The long
they look
hair.
like guys in drag.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was interesting. There are so many bands like that, and it was girls loved them, but now you don't really see those guys anymore.
Well, my wife, she goes with women. She was gay she was lesbian for a long time, so she likes feminizing me.
Oh yeah.
And I'm her girlfriend.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't scissor. It doesn't really work.
How long does she take finishing you up?
That was about an hour.
Yeah.
But it's funny, we have a new song called Transvestite because I don't care that much.
Right.
Like, I won't even shave.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to wear a dress on stage, wear a dress, and maybe some heels. But I don't even put on makeup. It's just
Where do you get the clothes? Is it her stuff, or do you get some whatever's lying around?
We have closets full of latex and leather.
Yeah.
I mean, that's our lifestyle. But actually, sometimes she makes me shop. Ross. We call it Ross cross dress for less. And she'll say, "Pick out your stuff," and she makes me pick it out.
Right.
And then buy it.
Oh.
And, kind of a humiliation thing.
Yeah.
There's more, I have to say.
Yeah.
Can I please have these? Will you please buy them for me?
Like, that's cool though. I mean, But
it is.
Yeah.
Why it's cool is because I've been with my lady for 6 years.
Yeah.
And our sex life is so good. We always do something new.
Yeah.
It's always something different. We
But you
tell stories to each other.
Right?
And yeah, absolutely. And there's complete honesty, and every fantasy I've ever had has come true.
Yeah.
And who can say that?
Yeah, I think actually though that's part of a lot of people when they're in relationships they don't think about it, or they don't want to, in a way they're hiding a part of themselves.
Yeah.
And
I knew a couple, and the guy, he got the courage to ask his girlfriend,
right.
"Would you put a strap on and hit me in the ass?"
Yeah.
And she said no. He's like, oh, and he was crushed.
Right. Well, it's kind of like
and they broke up.
Yeah, but exactly. But once you think like I can open up, but then
No, but we're all so scared of rejection.
Yeah.
And if your lover asks you for something, hey, will you go down on me? No. Why would you say no?
Yeah.
How does it hurt you?
Yeah.
You can say, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with this.
Yeah.
But I'll give it a shot.
Right.
The old city college try to make your partner happy.
Yeah.
Because if your partner tells you what makes you happy sexually, why would you say no?
Yeah.
I mean, what good sex is thinking about pleasing your partner. And in turn, they think about pleasing you.
Yeah.
It's not, how am I going to get off?
Yeah.
How can I get her off?
Or even worse is if they're like, really, you want me to do that? Then
like
you're
I said,
oh my god.
Yeah, I was crushed by the crush.
Yeah, you can't
go back from
exactly.
That's the truth.
And but that's, I think a lot of relationships like that, people just of course I get it. It's
How old are you?
It's hard. I'm 33.
I'm straight or gay?
I'm straight.
What's the weirdest thing you ever did?
Weirdest thing I ever did? Weirdest? I don't know if it's weird.
Because you haven't done anything weird.
Well, I don't know if it's weird. I mean, I've done some multiple women at home school stuff.
It's not weird.
Yeah, exactly. It's not weird. I don't know if that's weird.
So, tell me something you fantasize about you've never done before. You can't do it.
No, well, because it's pretty regular kind of.
You've had a girl stick her finger up your ass.
I have actually.
And that's awesome, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, you do. Because your prostate is there. And that's the cum button. And the girl sticks her finger in your ass and pushes on your prostate, you come. And no fucking guy will ever say a girl's finger in her ass does not feel good. Unless there's no lube. You need a little lube.
Or
you say you didn't like it.
Well, no, I don't know if they were finding it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
That could be.
If there's no lube, it could be a little painful.
Yeah, I know that. Of course, there was.
There was lube.
Yeah.
So you liked it?
No.
You didn't like it?
Yeah, because I didn't get that. The button wasn't pressed.
I would say that you were just really uncomfortable about it.
Well, I don't know. Or I don't know. I didn't see it necessary for me.
See,
and
you
like
probably
I said,
thought,
the button
I don't want them to
pushed.
think I'm gay.
No.
If I like something in my ass, it makes me gay.
No.
But they didn't get your prostate.
Well, they definitely didn't. Because like I said, if the button was pressed,
the most nerve endings the human body has
right.
are your genitals.
Yeah.
Number 2 is your asshole.
Right.
Number 3 is your nipples.
That's actually a great fact.
Well,
I didn't know that.
I'm a human sexuality minor in college, so I was going to be a sex therapist.
Oh, there is such a thing?
At San Francisco.
Oh, yeah?
Well, in the 80s at San Francisco State, you couldn't be that. But having your anus touched and penetrated is, it's awesome. In fact, it's very Freudian. Taking a shit feels good, right?
Well, in a way, yeah. Well,
it always feels good.
That's a relief kind of thing.
Yeah, but still, it feels good to get that log out. Yeah. And if you think about it, your shit is, maybe like this thick, maybe.
Yeah.
Dick sized. Like anybody can take a vibrator in their ass. Mm-hmm. And the only reason people don't is because it's scary. But after 6 months to a year, it's called the romantic phase. It gets a little boring unless you start to do stuff.
Yeah.
And that's not just changing from missionary to doggy style. It's not enough. That's why I think dressing up is so fun, because naked people, you're naked. It's like National Geographic. Who cares? You're a naked person. That's what turned me on.
Well, that and you've seen it so many,
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point.
I want to see. I want to see my woman wrapped up like a present.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
True.
That's why when I got married, it was so cool, because 10 days before the wedding, my fiance at the time said, "Do you want to be the bride?" And I said, "Yeah, I want to be the bride." Did you know that? I was the bride at my wedding.
Well, actually, no, I've seen some photos, but I didn't know if that was from that.
Yes, from that. I didn't look as good as I could have. Should have worn a wig. But just it was so cool to do that.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck should I not be able to do that?
Right.
And she was telling me afterwards, it's not that much fun being a groom. We just kind of stand there and wait. You get all the attention.
That's true. Oh yeah, the bride does get attention.
I had all the girls taking care of me, and they're all like.
Oh, so like you switched everything literally. Like
yeah, I had people.
Bridesmaid.
Yeah, cool. She was doing shots with the dudes.
Yeah, she had it easy.
But later on, it wasn't that easy. She took me. Well, I have been promoting the NOFX book.
Yeah.
I know you haven't read any excerpts.
Yes.
It's a book that's very important for us because people think of NOFX as a punk, funny band, whatever. The book it's a very dark, serious book. And it just so happens that all 4 guys in the band, we've all had real trauma in our lives in our childhoods. And all the stuff that we know about each other. Eric, our guitar player, we read the book and we're like, holy shit, dude, you were molested when you were a kid?
Oh, and that was after you. So the process was like individually, you guys had.
One guy interviewed us all.
Okay.
We put it together, and then we read
Jeff.
it. Jeff Lewis. And we had no idea that a lot of this stuff was going on. We knew that Hefe almost did 20 years for counterfeiting. But all that, the book's really about our drummer, because all his drug use, being a junkie, getting Hep C, and what he had to do every day to score heroin.
Right.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And people that don't look at NOFX and think junkies or all the sad stories, people will look at us differently. When people find out that my mom asked me to kill her and I did, fucking hardcore shit.
Yeah, of course.
It's not all tour stories in our book. It's a deep book.
It's really just about the people in the band, like us and you guys. It's not necessarily, like you said, about the music. It's just kind of.
It's not about. Recording this album was really difficult because it's not about that.
Well, but that stuff. It's I mean, what you're the things that you're telling us. That's a lot more. Interesting. I mean, we've all heard the recording and those stories.
Yeah, and the thing is, people don't want to open up, and everyone in the band did.
But was it like after you read and you found out about some of your family members, like what was that? Obviously they knew that everybody else would read it. Was that mentioned even, or obviously everybody's cool with each other, but it's like
there was everything. The weirdest thing was that in the '80s, our drummer Smelly, his best friend was this huge skinhead guy who got him hooked on heroin. Anyway. One day, when Eric and Eric were at work, he raped Eric Melvin's girlfriend. And she told me and Smelly and said, don't tell Melvin. Because Melvin would go after this guy, and this guy was a murderer.
Right.
Straight up killer. So don't tell Eric this happened to me. So we never told Eric Melvin that his girlfriend was raped by this dude.
Until
the book.
Right.
And he started, we all got copies of the book, and he started reading, and I had to call him, like, Eric, on page 60, you're going to hear something that you didn't know.
Yeah.
And it's going to hurt, and I need to tell you. And that's hard.
Yeah. Was that intentional to kind of keep everybody's stories?
I think Jeff did that intentionally.
Yeah, oh, okay. Through the process. So it wasn't like you guys were all like, oh yeah, that happened. So they're like, okay, Mike, tell me your story. How much was it separate sessions? I mean, there must have been so much too.
We each interviewed for like 30 to 40 hours.
Like
it's been a 3 or 4 year process.
Not in one shot.
No. And a lot of stuff we couldn't even put in.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff.
Like my lawyer was like, I don't know if you should put in the part about killing your mom.
Oh, so it's not in it, or
It is in it.
Oh, okay.
But at the very end it says, all things in this book are true except for the thing about Mike and killing his mom. You know, it's like OJ book. I didn't do it, but if I did do it, I would have done this. You know, so, but I really encourage people to buy the book. Well, first of all, we want to hit the New York Times bestseller list.
Yeah.
And if you buy it before April through Amazon or whatever, we're going to hit the list. If we got the top 10 of that, that'd be so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I just told you some stories, and I bet you would want to read it now.
Of course, well, I was going to read it anyway. You know, that was definitely going to do that. We also, but honestly, I'm not much of a reader, but I definitely, from the beginning, was like, oh, I got to read this. But we have a little section too where some of our staff and stuff, they recommend some books. So,
do it, because
well, absolutely, yeah.
we got quotes from people on the back. We got Joan Jett.
Right. But those
we got John Cameron Mitchell who wrote Hedwig. We got Amanda Palmer, you know, and Jane Whelan and Billy Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, those that's kind of what I saw.
Like big people.
Yeah.
John Cameron Mitchell, I mean, Hedwig is amazing, and he loved it.
Yes, I saw you guys years ago. Remember Tramps? The physical Tramps?
Yeah, I played in a maid's outfit way back then.
Yeah.
Chicks.
No, yeah, and then one of them I saw with High Standard.
Do you know how big they are? Are you Japanese?
Yeah.
So you know how big they are?
Yeah, but I'm from here, so I didn't know about them. But when they came and I was like, oh my God, High Standard's playing NOFX. Well, I think it was Tramps.
No, we just played to them in Japan, factually. And we sold about 10,000 tickets, but then we announced them, and it went to 20,000. It was a 20,000 seater, and then we just found out they played the same club a week before and sold out 20,000.
Oh,
I mean, they sell out baseball stadiums.
In that regard, I didn't know. I know they're big, but because I lived there when I was younger.
They put out an EP, a 4-song EP on their own label. It sold 800,000 copies.
Wow.
They're huge. They make over $1 million a show.
What? Yeah.
Look it up.
No way. That's crazy, man. I mean, I love them, but it's just well, yeah, because like I said, I've pretty much grown up here, so. But I mean, that's awesome though. How did you first find
They played a show with us in Japan.
So it was by chance. It wasn't. It was
okay. I heard them and asked to produce their album, and they wanted me to.
Oh yeah, of course. They'll be like, oh yeah.
I did a couple albums. I'm trying to get the new album to produce.
Yeah.
Because then there's so many million copies. Yeah.